It's John Fowler here. It's been a few years since I last did any videos. I just putting up this sort of catch-up video to explain what's happened in the last few years and the big news for me that's happening kind of as we speak. Some of the reasons that I stopped posting videos was work got incredibly busy. I'm an abseiling historic building surveyor and consultant, and we do a lot of work for English Heritage. We do a lot of stuff in London, and we managed to get into the Guardian photo of the day a couple of times, which resulted in the company getting a huge amount of rope access work. Mainly, well, we start off with survey work, and then that leads into lots of repair work. These days I only do the survey work, but it just got very, very hectic in 2022. And when I combined that with the fact I was training for the UTMB OCC, I was training 6 days a week, it was just getting too much, and I just decided that I wanted to focus on my training and my work, and I just didn't have the headspace for making videos. I also had a few niggles with the old injuries and some new ones, and yeah, it all just added up to not really having the headspace to make films. The big news for me is that I'm just about to fulfill a kind of 15-year dream, really. I'm going to move into a van. I had thought about kitting out my own van like a lot of people do, but I just didn't really have the time to do that, so I'm in the process of buying a motorhome. It's quite an old one. It's a 2006 Heimer van based on a Ford Transit. It's not exactly what I was after. I will explain more of this when I get the van in later videos. But it's going to be really good for what I want to do. The plan is to work and to travel in the UK for 2023. I was really frustrated in that I wanted to spend more time running in the mountains, especially for my training. So I fancied staying in Snowdonia for a little bit, living in Snowdonia for a bit, and I fancied that a bit in the lakes in Scotland, and I can work remotely, so that's all quite feasible. But these days it's very difficult to rent somewhere short term because of the Airbnb industry, really. But so moving into a van will give me this opportunity to go up to Snowdonia. There's some places I want to run in Snowdonia. I ran the UTS 50k 2 years ago when it was a UTMB OCC qualifier, and I fell over and wrecked my knee halfway through the race. I finished and got my points, but it was like the gliders and the carnids were shrouded in cloud, couldn't really see anything, so I really want to go back and run those in clear weather, and I also want to do Gripgog and Treffen and stuff like that. So I'll probably spend 3 or 4 weeks there, and as I said, I'll be working as I travel. I'll have, because I do contract work, I'll get a week or two here and there in between where I can just focus on my running. I'm also got really quite back into my mountain biking. I've got a full-size Rocky mountain bike, and I'm really enjoying doing some kind of long days on that for my aerobic training. So yeah, so this year, 2023, I'm going to be touring the UK, and then next year I hope to spend at least 1 3-month period in France, hopefully 2, really, 2 3-month periods, mainly in the Alps to start with. I'd like to go spend most of my time in Chamonix to start with, and then I'd like to run the Hardegrat in Switzerland, and I'm sure, you know, once I get over there I'll just be exploring more stuff. I did run the UTMB OCC in 2022. I had a terrible day. I'll cover this in another video. I DNF'd at Argentière, 28 miles, but I was passing out by then as I was descending, and it just went completely pear-shaped. but I'm really proud of what I achieved, because I felt absolutely awful from about 2 hours in. I ran for 9 hours feeling absolutely shit. So I was really proud to get to that point, really, and that was where I was staying. So it was like a good end point, really. At the moment, I'm living in this period of sort of transition. I've got boxes everywhere, having to try and work out how to downsize from living in a house to a small 3-berth motorhome. I am having to put stuff into storage. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to do that to save money, but I worked out it's more cost effective to store stuff and then just store it, because otherwise I'm going to have to buy loads of things, loads of furniture and stuff when I get back. I don't know what the end goal will be. I may come back to live in the UK. I'm currently in Exeter. I've been here 9 years. I've done amazing stuff here. I've raced in the dragon boat racing team in the UK Nationals. I've played in a samba band. There's a really good, healthy kind of trail running community around here. But it's just time to move on. I feel as though I'm stagnating a bit now. I need new adventures and challenges. I've got boxes everywhere. Some stuff's going to go into the van, some stuff's going to go into storage. I've been downsizing like crazy. I've sold tons of stuff. Still planning to make a bit of music on my way around, so I've got to work out the minimum amount of kit that I can take with me. Just sort of working out what to do with the van. I'm probably going to have a permanent kind of 4 or 5G Wi-Fi connection put in there, a router and an antenna. But they're kind of some of the word you like to haves as opposed to the must-haves. I'm still working on the must-haves at the moment, but lots to sort out, lots to do, but all very exciting. If you think this will interest you, please like this video, please comment, subscribe. If you think this is going to be useful to you, I've followed a lot of van life channels on YouTube over the last few years just to pick up tips, and I found it really invaluable, and hopefully my journey will be of interest to you and helpful to some people as well, and hopefully inspire people to get out there and do it. I know that sometimes there will be challenges and I'll be wondering what the fuck I'm doing. But sometimes I think you've just got to put yourself out there and just go for it. So this is what I'm doing. Maybe I could have done this like 25 years ago. I'm 58 now, but I am in a position where I can do a lot of my work remotely, and while I've still got good health, I think it's important to take advantage of that. I did have a little health scare after the UTMB OCC, which resulted me in A&E with breathing difficulties, but we've got to the root of that now, and everything's fine. So seize the day. So watch this space. See you in the next one.